And I'm going to pull up the challenge.
And we're
Well, there's birds in AZ, like Blue, and Abasi, like you. But yeah, he's trying to make it into one of his potential secondaries. He's messing around with Clarin, Maple, and of course, Etalus is still his main. But from what I gathered, it seems more like he wants to play the characters to just say that he's confident in the character, rather than how it usually is, which is like, I don't know. It seems less like he's trying to make secondaries for counterpicking, more like he's just trying to understand the game better, just play better. As a player, get that personal.
I'm really loving like a lot of the spacing that Chompers already has with Clarence, like a nice. But one thing is, and he's just new, so he'll get to know.
Yeah,
this. He's getting a lot of like tipper jabs in this one, which like you can get way more off of. And a lot of times he's using that just to escape when he can really start a lot of big strings from that.
Oh, you're saying he's being a little bit too like retreating?
Really I think he's. I mean, of course with the new character, you're gonna be a little cautious, but like, you can definitely get way more out of some of these like jabs that he's getting than he is.
And I think that's one of the things that just
comes with time with the character.
But, I definitely would agree. Yeah, no, it's Etalus Raster is if Etalus gets hit, he dies. It's touch of death, like literally. Not just usual Raster stuff. Like, so usually you can mix up DI on Raster, DI in, DI out, to make it hard for him to follow. But Raster can chase any Etalus CI on reaction and keep it going. Just how big he is. He's a big boy. So Etalus dies at 0 from getting touched. Etalus can kill Raster pretty early, but it's usually after a few different hits in neutral. So it's pretty rough, though. It's not unwinnable, but it's definitely one of the more frustrating ones. All right, I'm looking to find... Here it is.
There's the other thing that, like, I'm noticing that I kind of want to tell Chompers after the set. And I think, Breadstick is taking a really well advantage of it, is that he's using a lot of short hop, which is better, especially because the Etalus is Nair. But a lot of times you can actually get a bunch more with Clarin from a full hop, surprisingly, than you can, like, a short hop. And I like how, like, so, like, if you notice, like, Breadstick is kind of, like, recognizing that. And so he'll typically, like, DI, like, up and away these things that normally would be really bad to do, because then you can get like a forward air tipper against like SBS, for example. But he's realizing that Chompers is only short hopping most of these moves, so he's able to like live and avoid a lot of like these like smaller extensions that Chompers is getting.
So your recommendation is to use full hops more for following up.
At least when you get like, at least if you don't get tipper, that's the best thing to follow up, in my opinion. I believe. On a smaller stage like Treetop, you can get away with short hop, but I personally feel that like on a stage like this, on most other stages, full hop is usually better, especially against a character where you have like a disjoint advantage like Absa.
I mean, as Clarin, that disjoint advantage is pretty there.
Pretty universal.
Absa has some of the better disjoints. But no, I get what you're saying. Like, kind of utilize that to your advantage.
Yeah.
You know? You can get away, and also like he's approaching with Nair a lot. Nair is for fastest move, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
No.
You don't need to, since you're either approaching or playing defensive situation, you don't need to be the first one to push a button. You can, or rather, you don't need to push a button on reaction with this character as hard.
No,
you can full hop forward air and drift back.
Yeah.
And if they jump at you, cool, they get hit. If they don't jump at you, nothing happens. And neutral resets.
And even if Chompers wants to have like a more like slow style and still like an aerial approach, you can do like short hop, fair, and that'll auto cancel itself.
Fairs, or any of those moves I feel like are way better than Nair. Nair is just too aggressive. It's just too aggressive.
I can understand because like you can get a lot out of it if you do get the tipper Nair, but it's just usually not worth it because of how bad you can get punished from it most of the time.
Makes sense. And I would agree with you, honestly. I think that was weird. You tried to ban that button, and when you go to ban a stage but accidentally gentleman to it, feels bread, man. Oh, so we do see the bear coming out, and this bear is a spooky bear, and it's only gotten better. He's been incorporating up tilt into his play more, and I think it honestly makes a world of difference. It's so scary.
And his like reaction in terms of like following people's DI is like one of the things that I've noticed that he's gotten so much better with. Like he can read you. Like it used to be like he would do bread and butters and like you could usually get it with a good DI mix up most of the time. But even if you DI like mix it up every time, it feels like Chompers like just knows where you're gonna DI every single time.
I know, right? I had to ask him, what do you do? Do you look at their controller? Like, give me the facts.
Yeah.
What's your game? And he's like, a little switch in my brain just kind of flips between left and right. So it's actually, aside from if he has a habit, he's like, oh, you rolled in like 4 times, so I'm just gonna go that way. Or he might move forward to kind of convince you to move the other way and then do it that way. Aside from those little tricks, when that doesn't work, he literally just flips a coin in his head and he's like, what?
Because I think a lot of that, I know, like, Fatty has talked about this too, but, like, Chompers plays piano, and, like, that's sort of that idea of, like, switching, like, your brain from, like, one side to the other, like, in that, like, extended motion, I think helps him.
That's an interesting one. That's
I mean, I don't know if there's any, like, actual, like, science back that up, but that's just a theory that I have.
It's a cool theory at the very least. Also, that was almost the sickest edge cancel on that ice school parry. I gotta say, dude, props to Bread for parrying these ice schools. Something that Chompers been asking the AZ scene to do for a while. Good to see Bread saying, hey, I can do it. I can parry them. Now, I want to see the same thing happen to Bubbles. Getting in on Absa can be really hard. And this also is not a very easy matchup, right? No. This is one of the matchups that he would potentially use. This is the matchup he would potentially use.
Maple?
Claren or Maple. Probably Claren over Maple.
I think Claren would be a bit better for this matchup.
But yeah, and that's cool, and I want to see him do that. Because this is one of the matchups that he can do, but it's hard. SBS has been playing Absa against him lately too.
Yeah.
Just because he feels like it's a way more fun matchup to play than the 4 has been one, or even the Claren one. So, Chompers having a counter pick isn't necessarily a bad idea. So many people are getting a counter pick him. Like Abasi. Abasi is started going raster against him, But he is also, because he tried out the Claren, he's starting a full game down.
Yeah.
So if he loses this game, even if it's really close, he's basically getting a best-of-3 set against Bread, against a matchup that he doesn't like, right?
Yeah, and that's never something you really want.
Exactly. I think he's just trying to get him off guard, maybe get him in the jump. But Bread's staying very grounded right now, and I don't think Chompers has noticed that yet. That if he's going to stay grounded, dude, just dash attack. Like, honestly. Like, just dash attack and just go with that. Here comes an edge guard, potentially. It's a little tricky to edge guard. Oh, my God, dude. I saw the little laugh from Bread. That kind of like, I just died to dash attack. My gosh.
Bread did good that game, though. Bread had a very solid game. One thing I'd like to see more, obviously, at the end he couldn't do it because armor, but I like to see him, like, try a bit more, like, fast fall nair, because then a lot of times you can either mix them up by either going for, it's a 50 mix up between the forward tilt or the up tilt, and so you have to guess which the if you forward tilt, then you can like wave dash back and then try and like start like a horizontal strain, or you can then try to do an up air and like vertically if you do, or even like tilt.
Land a soft spot fair or anything like that too.
You're right.
There's so much you can do. This is Rivals, where if you get a button, you can probably get like 3 others from there. Oh my gosh, Bread! Ah!
Feels cabbage, man.
Feels cabbage, man.
Oh, do you know? Oh,
I
gotta tell you that meme off stream. That's a good one.
Ooh. Bread wanted. He was like, "You want to embarrass me? I'll show you what's embarrassing. Give me a sec, Chompers. Let me just go off stage and spike you." But Chompers being a pretty smart bear. He's a smart boy. And he missed too. He missed. If Bread landed what he wanted to land on that cloud, Etalus' strat, what Chompers did there would have worked, and he would have been safe. Because she would have been more hit something.
No, that's right. You're right.
Him missing actually gave him a better punish. That's like the most high IQ thing I think I've seen today. But Etalus still looking at a pretty comfy spot this high in percent against our girl Goat over here. Oh. But Absa definitely has the kind of explosive touch game, especially off stage against his character. I really like those jabs, though.
So maybe just like fiddle with you real
It's like,
fast.
get out of here, dude.
Oh no, pshew, go away.
BB. Smelly bear. Get it off of my rock wall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay.
I mean, if any character in this game is going to be French, it's definitely
Rano.
Absa.
French Rana with a beret.
French Rano. All right, you convinced me. Definitely Rano.
Or French Forsburn, you know. French Maple's pretty good.
French Maple could work. I could see that.
Little, like the little mustache.
Ooh.
Little paintbrush. Oh! Dacus, baby. So Rockwall's an interesting pick. I think that first stock just kind of blew him out of the water too quick. You just didn't expect it.
I think Bread clearly wanted more like verticality, like killability, but yeah, I think he forgets like how good out tilt is and how like precarious he is when he gets put on those
And you'll notice
platforms.
the stage banned immediately. That Spirit Tree, it is his least favorite stage by far. Absa really likes that stage too. Get a lot out of it. A lot of horizontal kills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is scary. DI out on dash attack on jab 3 is an interesting one. It's not a bad idea, but it like almost killed him.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
It's so spooky. Because honestly, any hit like that fair would have killed if it was sweet spot, right? Like Bread's getting so close to just ending this bear's life every time he gets a conversion going. But he's just not capitalizing on it. He's not landing the sweet spots. He's like misspacing the kill moves. He's not going above the Etalus when Etalus needs to recover and up airing. He's not doing all the things you're supposed to do while fighting Etalus. He's trying to go deep, and going deep on Etalus is kind of a bad idea.
Yeah.
You really want to punish him as he's going up or at the peak if you can. Ooh. See, I like that cloud. That was really smart.
Oh.
You know, I see a lot of Absas do that. His best bet would have been up strong. If he just up stronged on ledge, Etalus would have jumped into it and died.
Yeah.
I know what he wanted, but I feel like it was a bad idea. Also, trying to keep him away from you is awkward when you have the down B going. I like a little fist bump there. Like, yeah, fucking got him. It only took 250. 500% to go, baby. Let's go.
Dude, take that bear.
Take the whole bear. All of it. Oh, no.
See, I by default think that Etalus is a broken character just because Bear beats Battlestar Galactica, so it has to be broken.
What? I've never heard that before. I don't.
You've never heard? Have you not seen The Office?
I haven't watched much of it. I watched small.
It's an Office reference.
Oh, yeah. SBS would approve. Just so you know.
No, yeah. Basically, by default, any bear character in any game I think is broken. Like there's a bear. I think it's in Tekken 5. It's like almost.
Dude, I love that bear.
I found out. I looked it up on like event hubs. It's actually like almost like a bottom tier character. But whenever like someone like has that like on their old school Xbox and we're playing it and they beat me, I'm like, you're playing a top tier. You cheater.
You play the bear.
Dude, bears are just broken. That's just my number one rule.
Bears are just OP. Chompers trying to make your claim a reality here. Just looking for a way in on Bread. On Bread. No, I was actually accurate. Huh.
Oh.
Thought I misspoke and said the wrong name.
Oh, Bread is trying to be
so
like,
good.
nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
He just needs a touch here. Also, that up strong. Wow.
Oh. No.
Dude, well, let me just eat 30% real fast.
This bear is broken.
That was wild.
think I got a set to play. Ooh, I'm gonna hop off.
Alrighty, man. Thank you so much for the commentary, dude.
Felix.
Fatty Schroeder. Felix versus Dad Kelly. Felix is over there.
The bear just doesn't die.
Peach Time versus Chef.